than we are having a Republican president who we have to help do the damage because he's our guy. So, you know, as sad as it is, that's the reality. I wish it wasn't true, but it is true. Okay, so, yes, out of time. And I was thinking, what am I going to say for an hour and a half? So don't tell anybody I said any of this stuff and burn the tape. Yes, one more question.
Is Common Core, could you just discuss the legislature, a little bit of it, what it pertains to, as it abolishing it in Ohio, or what is it?
Yeah, the 237, I believe it's a complete repeal of Common Core in Ohio. And for those of you that don't know, and there's a Ohioans Against Common Core website, it's worth going to and learning about, but Common Core, you know, I like to call it Obamacare for education. That's really what it is. It's a federally funded, top-down, your kids will learn this way and this is what they will learn kind of a system. And if it was just that, it would be bad. But coming up right behind it is the material in Common Core, which they started with math and English, but it's this progressive, you know, I'm okay, you're okay, you know, there's no bad people in the world, and you know, and just because, you know, Susie has two mommies, that's okay, and you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, all that social justice mumbo jumbo stuff is coming in the pipeline right behind the math. So it's just going to get worse. The problem in Ohio is, like in most states, or many states, that we've invested millions of dollars in this thing. And if you're, I don't know, the governor, and your Department of Education has, and your Board of Education has promoted and spent millions of dollars to implement this, you really don't want to turn around and say, whoops. You don't want to do it, because you look like a fool. When I met with my local school board, you know, and they hate Common Core. The only thing they hate more is getting rid of Common Core, because they have spent so much time and money trying to implement Common Core. So it's a problem. It's like so many problems. We've sold our souls to the federal government and to some extent to the state government on so many different issues. Healthcare, of course, education. When we implemented Medicaid expansion in Ohio, the Ohio budget, two-year budget, which is around $120 billion, now almost 50% of that budget, 50%, comes directly from the federal government. When the federal government is giving you half your money, you're no longer a sovereign state. You're just a department of the federal government, and you do what you're told. And Common Core is part of that problem. Let me just finish, because I know Chuck is trying to give me the hook here. I'll hang around. I will. You know, I've been saying this for a long time, and I'll continue to say it. There's two things we have to do if we're going to win this battle. We have to work hard, and we have to pray hard. So please do.
Thank you, Matt. That was very informative, and we appreciate. It's good to have an elected official that will actually tell us what's going on. And that's why, just segue into this, that's why it's so important for us to support Kim Laurie in her campaign for county commissioner. Because right now we've got 3 Democrat commissioners sitting there in their little caucus determining what they're going to do before they orchestrate it and come out in public and have their meeting. And nobody knows what goes on behind those closed doors. We need to have someone in there that can shine the light of day on those meetings and what goes on so that we can know what's going on there. Anybody hear of the corruption in Cuyahoga County and the commissioners? Well, somebody shined the light of day in there and didn't look very good. Okay, finish up my announcements. My lovely assistant here has a Common Core petition that if you are opposed to Common Core, if you could sign that petition before you leave tonight. So it'll start going around and it'll be back there. Geauga County Tea Party is having their meeting this Thursday, 2 nights from tonight. And the speaker is Phil Burress, President of Citizens for Community Values. He's run several successful political campaigns and will give us useful information for how to win the hearts and minds of voters so conservatives can win elections. So that should be an interesting meeting. There are flyers over on the table, I think the red tablecloth there. Okay, our next meeting is Tuesday, August 19th, and the topic is religion and politics. Should religion be removed from politics? That will be our topic. I will be speaking on that topic. Our September meeting will be in a new location. We're going to be meeting starting in September at the Grove Church, which is located at 1697 Menor Avenue in Paynesville. If Nye Road comes into Menor Avenue, and it's very close to there. There's a Lake County, or not Lake County, but Lake Erie Lawn and Garden Shop. There's a driveway that goes back, so it's not right on not right on Menor Avenue, so it might be a little bit challenging to find. There's a sign out by the road that says the Grove Church. You follow that driveway back there. It's a little bit bigger facility and has some nice features that include not having to set up and tear down. Okay. And that's in September. August we will be here. September we'll be at the new location, and that information will be coming out. There is a flyer on one of the tables over there about the next 2 meetings. And I wanted to just share for a couple minutes what happened at the Lake County GOP Executive Committee at the end of June. It was on June 30th. In that meeting, and those meetings are open to the public, so anybody that would like to attend can. And I would like to encourage you to attend the next one, which is July 28th, Monday night, July 28th. It's at the Republican headquarters in Paynesville. But what happened was they conducted their vote on who they were going to endorse, or whether they were going to endorse 2 primary race winners. And these were the 2 contested races. So the first one up for endorsement consideration was a fellow named Dave Joyce. Now, I think we all know who Dave Joyce is. And so they had their nomination and their second, and there was no discussion at all about whether or not Dave Joyce should be endorsed. And so they passed by a voice vote. Second person up for the consideration was Kim Laurie. And they had all kinds of discussion about Kim Laurie, and in particular, one of the things that was viewed negatively was the fact that we support her. That is a bad thing, because, well, I'm not sure why. Because we believe in the things that the Lake County GOP platform states. We believe in liberty, we believe in fiscal responsibility, we believe in limited government, and we support those things. So they had concerns about that, and they tabled that motion pending Kim's meeting with Congressman Dave Joyce, which took place a couple days later. So that's supposed to come up for a vote this coming week from Monday on July 28th. And it would be, some of you are Central Committee members, so it would be appropriate for you to be there. And Central Committee members, while they don't have a vote in that meeting,